What? We're on a budget here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. Obviously, I do not have my studio right now. I am down in Austin, Texas, but I was able to still go out to the theaters, and I was able to check out the new Vin Diesel comic book movie, Bloodshot. After he and his wife are murdered, Marine Ray Garrison is resurrected by a team of scientists and goes on a revenge trip to find the man responsible. So is Bloodshot gonna get all of the monies at the box office? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Bloodshot, if you've seen this film somehow, or if you're terrified to go out and see films because of the coronavirus. Now let's get into some of the good. So getting into the good of Bloodshot, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, the trailers kind of looked iffy. It sort of reminded me of a mid-2000s comic book movie, and that's kind of what this movie is, but the world setup I really enjoyed. It doesn't, not necessarily the world setup, but kind of the characters, the technology, and the special properties that they have going for them. It's almost like this weird Fantastic Four, but without superpowers, but more of like these super enhancements. Like a dude has these robot legs that are awesome, this blind guy has cameras all of them, and then this girl that can breathe underwater, and then obviously Vin Diesel's character having nanomites in him and his face coming apart. That was actually really cool. So there's some cool visuals in this film, but I really enjoyed the kind of technology in this world that they were able to do. I almost wish, and I mean, I'm sure it's, since it's based on a comic book and a comic book line, there's a lot more to deal with this character and the world. I wouldn't be surprised, or I wouldn't be opposed, I guess, to getting a sequel or kind of focusing more on the weird kind of technology and the characters in this film. But the main standout for myself, not Vin Diesel, I'm sorry, old Vin, buddy, old pal, but it's got to be Lamorne Morris, I believe, aka Winston Bishop from New Girl. He is a very small side character part in this film, but he is the shining light. It's very goofy, it's very fun. I think he very much steers, this character steers into the comic book parts of this movie, so he was a saving grace. And also, right when I was saying that, there's another part at the very beginning that is goofy, it's musical, it's dancing, it feels like it's a comic book, and I thought we were going that way. Unfortunately, we didn't, but that was another saving grace of Bloodshot. Now, getting into some of the negatives of this film, like I mentioned earlier, it felt like an early 2000s comic book superhero movie. So, I mean, I'm not going to hold it that much against itself, but I think that the fact of the matter is the CGI in this movie. There's a lot of, you know, action set pieces, some cool stuff. I mean, when he gets his face kind of shot off and that comes back, that was cool. I wouldn't say that it was necessarily 100% CGI masterpiece and whatnot, because there's other pieces where they're falling down elevator shafts, there's action fighting, fisticuffs and whatnot, and it didn't look that great with the CGI, and also tying in with the action of the jump cuttiness of the fighting and cinematography for the fight choreography. So I thought that, you know, again, I think the reason the flavor of that reminded me of early 2000s, kind of the way that it was all structured. But I think the one negative that really stood out to me the most was the ADR in this film. There's a lot of, they try to edit it and cut it away so you can't see the character actually saying these lines, specifically Vin Diesel's character, but there's a lot of times that they cut back to a character or cut away from a character and their lips are not saying or mouthing exactly what their lines are saying. So it's a small thing in the film because their lines come off as clean, but it doesn't look like they're coming off as clean. It's like watching TV or a streaming platform and it being a little bit off, a little behind, and it just becomes, it took my attraction from the actual film to someone's mouth when their words didn't match up. Overall, Bloodshot falls into this like mid-2000s, early 2000s comic book movie, with it featuring this interesting world with some cool characters. I mean, a dude with robot legs and Winston Bishop being a standout, however with dodgy CGI, jump cutty action, and ADR that I just could not avoid. I would probably skip out on Bloodshot. I mean, if you're a fan of Vin Diesel, comic book movies, go out to this movie. Actually, go out to this movie if you want to see a new release, because everything else is getting canceled or delayed. So I would not recommend it, but if you want to see a new movie, check it out. In closing, I'm going to give Bloodshot 2 out of 5 shots. So what did you guys think of Bloodshot? If you've already seen this film, or looking forward to this film, or staying far away from the theaters right now, I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there, I think, or right over there. I just did a video earlier kind of talking about all of the movies that are being canceled and kind of how the movie industry might react to all of those cancellations or delays. A review for The Hunt will be up tomorrow, but then I'm going to take a couple days off because, again, I'm on vacation and there's no new movies, so we might have some unique stuff. Follow all of my social media, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.